Okay, everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Pundits FPL. I mean, the bonus point. My bad. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of the bonus point. Today, we're going to be doing a very nice, short, and simple episode. We're going to be recapping what happened on the weekend. Just one simple caveat before we begin. I actually was out all weekend at a tournament. I did not get to watch any of the games live. When I came back home yesterday, I looked at some of the games. Didn't get to look at all of them. The ones that I missed, I looked at the highlights. So I hope that's good enough, and I hope that my opinion is still valid enough. But I thought I'll just put it out there in case any of y'all want to disregard this episode because I didn't get to watch the games live. Okay. Without further ado, let's begin with the weekend recap. So first of all, we're gonna start with Crystal Palace versus Tottenham. I think for most of us, this would have been a shocking result. We didn't really expect Crystal Palace to be this dominant. But the red card to Japhet Tanganga actually opened the way for Crystal Palace to go ahead and attack a lot more. And Tottenham just did not look that good once they were reduced to 10 men. This isn't the first time that Tottenham has been reduced and could not manage that red card, even though it's a new coach. A lot of the players are still the same, so maybe it's just some lingering issues with those types of players, and they're just not good when they go a man down. What does that mean for Tottenham's defense? Not much, to be honest. I know a lot of us in the wildcard may have brought in Sergio Reguilon or even Emerson Royale. I think these are still good options. It's not every week that they're going to be playing with 10 men. And I think Spurs defended pretty well up until that point of the red card. Crystal Palace, however, all I'm going to say is that Odsonne-Edouard is so clinical. He managed to score 2 goals on his debut coming off the bench. It only took him about 10 minutes to get those 2 goals, and I think that's a really positive statement from Edouard. I think he should be starting from now on. We know he's French, we know the manager is French. Hopefully there's a little bit of a connection there. And Edouard himself is such a good finisher. Left foot, right foot, it doesn't matter. He's a good hold-up player as well. Very all-rounded striker, and I think he's definitely going to be one to watch. Someone else that I want to mention really quickly is Wilfred Zaha. I understand that Crystal Palace should be attacking a lot more with Edouard, but I don't think Zaha is a good option. I think he's too expensive for what he delivers, and he's just not on the ball as much as he should be in the critical areas for Crystal Palace. So I don't think that Zaha is going to be a good option going forward. Moving on to Arsenal versus Norwich. I think I personally expected Arsenal to go ahead and thump up Norwich, but this did not happen. It was only 1-0. The scoreline may be, a little bit misleading because Arsenal did attack for most of the game and had a lot of good chances. They just could not put them away. But it's not every day that you go up against the easiest defense in the league as well. As for Norwich, I think this is a team that we could definitely target. A fixture that we could definitely target. Teams that are going against Norwich should be good captain options. And should be okay for the clean sheet as well. Norwich just doesn't seem to be offering much offensively or defensively right now. For Arsenal, I don't think it's a good statement that they only managed to put 1 against Norwich. And yeah, I'm just not convinced by Arsenal right now. I wouldn't want to own any of their assets. I personally have Ben White. I'd like to take him out soon. Just not convinced by Arsenal at all. Brentford versus Brighton. Somewhat of a boring game, but Brighton goes ahead and keeps another clean sheet. So for all the Robert Sanchez owners, that's great news. Most people thought that with the exit of Ben White that Brighton won't be able to defend as well, but this was not the case. They have 2 clean sheets for the season, and I think that they've been defending pretty well so far. We know that last season they underplayed their defensive stats a bit. I think this season things are kind of normalizing, and we see them keeping 2 clean sheets in the first 4 games. That's pretty good for Brighton. Offensively, I wouldn't target their players, but defensively, it should be good to go. Leicester versus City. Listen, Leicester is just not looking too good defensively right now. I understand that Manchester City, one of the best teams in the league, one of the most attacking teams in the league. But for Leicester, I'm not convinced on the defense right now. They haven't been able to keep many chances out. They've been taking a lot of chances each game and just been relying on Schmeichel to make some brilliant saves, to be honest. As for City, it was business once again for them. This is such a good team right now, such well-oiled and drilled unit. They look really well going forward. They look comfortable defending as well. Some players that I would look at for City, definitely Jack Grealish has to be up there. This guy is starting all of the games so far. We're going to have to see how they do in the Champions League tonight and who starts, but it looks like Jack Grealish should be nailed on, at least in the Prem. And Cancelo is looking really good as well. I'm not sure if he managed to pick up the FPL assist for that goal over the weekend, but he's willing to go forward. He could play on the left side and on the right side, and with Benjamin Mendy out of the squad right now, it's really opening up a lot of game time for Cancelo. So these are the two players from City that I would definitely target: Cancelo and Jack Grealish. One for, well, I guess both of them for offensive reasons, but Cancelo getting some clean sheets as well inside of there. Again, I'll come back on Thursday once the Champions League is finished, and I'll give a little update on this situation. But so far, it looks good. And one little thing to mention is that Pep has actually started the same team for 2 weeks in a row now. So I don't know if something going on with Pep, if you're a little loose up there. But yeah, man is not really rotating like that. So yeah, it's looking pretty good for City right now, especially in terms of FPL. Manchester United versus Newcastle. Look, I think this game went exactly how everyone expected it to go. United attacked for the whole game. They took a few chances against Newcastle, and Newcastle's goal was actually really well worked. But in the end, it was a 4-1 victory for United, and I think we all saw that coming. 2 goals for Ronaldo on the debut. Who couldn't see that coming? Another goal for Bruno Fernandes. A fantastic goal, actually. So for those who thought that maybe Bruno would suffer with Ronaldo in the team, I guess that's Bruno just saying that, okay, don't forget about me, I'm still here. Pogba got 2 more assists on the day. I think Pogba is someone that we have to look at for fantasy reasons. I mean, it's just his ability to release players on the counter attack, and then those players being able to score in the end is what makes him so dangerous. He's the only player from deep that's able to release the runners in behind, and to do it with that type of consistency and that type of perfection, it's almost begging out to get an assist. I think Pogba is definitely someone to keep an eye on, or to even go ahead and get from now. United fixtures are coming up looking decent. I think Pogba should have more assists in the locker. Another one that I would look at is Luke Shaw. I know a lot of us expected him to get more assists with Ronaldo in the team. However, I don't know if we expected him to get that type of assist. A through ball from deep into Ronaldo, and then Ronaldo goes ahead and scores. I think most of us expected him to be crossing a bit more, but we take it however we get it, and we're happy for that assist. I think Luke Shaw is someone else that you have to watch. And this goes without saying as well, Ronaldo is just someone that we're going to have to watch, and we're probably going to have to put him in our teams. Last thing for this game, Mason Greenwood got another assist on the day, so that's now 4 returns in 4 games. I just can't see a world where this guy gets dropped. That's all I'm saying. Moving on now, Southampton versus West Ham. I guess the only thing to really report here is that Mikel Antonio, who we all own, managed to get himself a red card, and he's now suspended for the next game. Now, what does that mean? I personally won't really be affected by this. I don't think that we need to take out Mikel Antonio simply because he's going against United anyway, so it was going to be a hard game regardless. And then the games after that are looking pretty good. So what's the sense in taking him out to just put him straight back in? You waste 2 transfers, and you kind of end up losing some value from his squad as well, because they take him out for a certain price and they buy him back for more than you transfer them out for. So I don't think it's too important with Mikel Antonio. I think just put him on the bench. He'll probably benefit from having a week off. We know that this guy is a bit injury prone and whatnot, so maybe the rest could be a good thing, especially against Manchester United, where he probably wasn't going to do much anyway. So moving on to Watford versus Wolves. Wolves finally managed to score, but it was not Adama Traore. Surprise, surprise. It turned out to be, can't remember who scored the first goal, but then Hwang Hee-chan off the bench managed to get a goal. I'm not sure what that means for Adama or for Chinkao. I guess if they wanted to start Hwang, that they could go ahead and just leave Chinkao out. I think Adama should be starting for the near future, but just another case of another game goes by, he gets a lot of chances, but he doesn't manage to score any of them. Talking about Watford, I think that this team is a little bit overrated. I expected them to get relegated at the start of the season, and nothing has changed. They had a really good start to the season, a really promising start to the season, but now I think things are normalizing a bit. I was starting to see that the squad just does not have the quality to compete in the Premier League. They don't offer too much going forward, and they're just not mentally aware when it comes to the defensive part of the game. So Watford could be another team to start targeting for captaincy reasons and clean sheets and those other stuff. Chelsea versus Aston Villa, this game went exactly how I expected it to go. Lukaku scored twice. Personally, I thought he was going to score a hat-trick, but he only scored twice. Aston Villa without Emi Martinez, yeah, that's just tough. The presence that Emi brings, he organizes the defense apart from making brilliant stops, and we just saw that defense was not organized. They conceded to two good breakaways from Chelsea, and then just a phenomenal goal from Lukaku from outside the box, which capped off a pretty good attacking sequence anyway. So yeah, Chelsea is just looking like one of the stronger teams. I mean, we always knew this though, one of the stronger teams in the league. And yeah, Chelsea is definitely a team that I would like to target going forward. Some of the players will include Reece James. He's starting right now, like as I speak, he's starting in the Champions League. So he should be starting this weekend again once he's off that red card. Lukaku, definitely Lukaku. Mason Mount even if he manages to play. And Marcus Alonso continues to lock that spot down. So I think Marcus Alonso could be another one to look at. It doesn't look like he's going to be getting much rotation in there. Personally, my favourite in terms of the wing backs would be Reece James. But if you went for Alonso, I definitely understand as well. Leeds versus Liverpool. I think Liverpool is a team that a lot of us kind of slept on. Leading up to the start of the Premier League, no one actually had Liverpool in the top two. Like, when it came to predicting how the table will finish, no one had Liverpool in the top two. I think that Liverpool needs to be up there right now. I mean, it's been a brilliant start for them this season. Salah continues to score. We saw Mane being a bit wasteful on the day, but in the end, he managed to score. Trent is so creative right now, and even Diogo Jota, I think, was very unlucky on the day not to come out with at least an assist, if not a goal as well. So those four players that I mentioned are all four players that we could keep looking at, we could target for our teams and even look at for captaincy. Leeds, on the other hand, is looking very suspect defensively. They have a lot of easy games coming up now. They got the hard ones out of the way, so I guess we're just going to have to keep looking and hoping for the best, because I'm sure most of us have at least one Leeds player in our team, whether it be Rafinha, Bamford or Ayling. These are the common ones, you know. So we're just going to have to keep looking at Leeds and see how they do in these easy games coming up, and honestly just hope for the best. And then finally, Everton versus Burnley. Personally, I thought that when Calvert-Lewin got injured that was it for the Everton attack, but I was definitely wrong. Andros Townsend played phenomenally on the day, and he's even someone that I'm looking to bring into my own team as long as Calvert-Lewin is out. Demarai Gray continues to score week after week after week, and he's really showing how electric of a player that he can be. He's very direct in his dribbling. He creates a lot of chances, but it seems that when he gets in front of goal, he has the composure as well. Richarlison, I was not too impressed by him in terms of an FPL asset, and this is an FPL show, so that's how I'm going to analyze players. I felt like he couldn't get too many quality shots off. He couldn't get in too many quality positions for scoring goals. He was fantastic on the day. Like, he played really well and he helped the team a lot. But in terms of FPL, I don't think he was as deadly as Gray or Townsend. So that's just something that you'll have to keep in mind. I think Seamus Coleman was really good on the day too. But honestly, Coleman is a guy that never really goes for too long without getting injured or replaced. So he's not someone that I would look to bring into the team. And then Burnley, I don't think we need to be looking at Burnley too much for the next following games. There's no one there that I would really want to bring into my team, or no one that I would really want to recommend. But with that being said, that was all 10 of the games that were played this weekend, and I hope that I was able to give you all enough information about what happened this weekend and some of the players that I would like to target. I'll definitely be back on Thursday again to give a little intro leading up to the next game week, and I'll give you all a little list of some of the players that we could be targeting to bring in as well. It will be a bit of a follow-up episode to this one. So until next time, I'll catch you all next time on Tuesday. So thanks for coming. Like, share and subscribe, and leave any questions in the comments below. I'll get to them for sure. See you all.